Hey friends, yesterday I pulled into a Walmart and picked up a guy. He gets in the car. We began to chat, and I think we'd introduced ourselves, and he just kind of blurted out. He said, "Man, I'm just happy to be here." And I said, "Man, that's great. I agree with you." And he said, "I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be dead." And I said, "Really?" And he got telling me a story. There was a time when he had a heart attack, and he was in ICU at a hospital in New York City, and he was put on life support and all that. And, he came out, and the medical staff told him, said, "You're not supposed to be alive." And so from that point forward, he's just been happy to enjoy life. And, he said, "It's not what happens at the end. It's not what happens at the ending." He said, it's that F and dash in the middle. That's what counts." And I said, "Buddy, you're exactly right." In fact, there's a poem. I used to have it memorized. I can't quote it now, but there's a poem about that. And we just talked about life, And so anyway, I got him to his destination, and we talked about a lot of stuff. I mean, he was a pleasant guy. And as he got out of the car, started to walk away, I thought about what this guy said. It's not the beginning. It's not the end. It's that F and dash in the middle. In fact, I asked him before he got out. I said, "Listen, I don't press this. I'm just asking." I said, "You ready for the end?" He said, "Well, I might make a stop in purgatory, but I think I'll be all right." I didn't bother getting into, all the stuff. I just was trying to maybe plant a seed. But I got thinking about, that poem, The Dash. What this guy said is absolutely right. It's not the beginning, it's not the end, but it's what's in the middle. I want to quote that poem. I'll read that poem to you. I used to have it memorized, I don't anymore, but I want to read it to you. You can Google it. It's called The Dash. It's great. Let's see. Let me get this thing back here where I can read it. All right. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But then he said what matters most in our life was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that we've spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what that little line's worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters most in our life is how we spend that dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? But you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel. Be less quick to anger. Show appreciation more. Love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect, more often wear a smile. Remembering this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read and your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spend your dash? Now, before anyone says anything, some of you may be thinking, "Man, I'm not proud of my dash. Lord, can I go back and just remake this movie called Life?" I understand. I'd kind of like to do the same sometimes, but we can't. It's done. The movie has been made. It's just got to be played now. And, if we look at the movie of our life, there are going to be slips. There are going to be things where, we may put our heads down and cover our eyes like, what was I thinking? Well, it's done. But here's a good deal. Jesus loves us in spite of those moments, and Jesus forgives us. Now, others may judge us. We can't control that. But Jesus loves us, and there's nothing any of us have ever done that can't be forgiven. So today, all of us have a dash. And it may be that some of us are thinking, "I really wish I could remake part of my dash." We can't. But we can start from here and do our best. We can love people. We can encourage people. We can lift people up. We can do our best to make this world a better place to live. That's how we live our dash. Jesus loves you, friend. Whether it's a messy dash or a beautiful dash, he loves us and he forgives us and he wants to help us live the rest of our lives with a great dash. Have a good day.